So how's everyone doing? All right. It's good to be here. It's good to see your faces. It's good to do work together. And I want to introduce myself in our language, but I want to acknowledge the Duwapsh, the Duwamish people, and all of the work that they've done here since time immemorial. That love that they have for life, for wellness, for peace, for a future, for all of those things that we've always had, our birthrights, to all of the things that our people had before us, our ancestors. Those things are valuable, and I believe that's why certain of us do this work, because we still remember, we still know, and it's still, we've been educated in a sacred place in our heart. The elders put medicine there, they put teachings there, and they let us know who we are as human beings. So I'll go ahead and share a little bit of language for you as we do this opening. Osiem nashtelacha. Janawai kunchkwela kunsatia tanget siem nashtelacha. Iasin techel swahela siem nashtelacha. Cheoketen sinasnat. Chalayat sin up usainich layatula. Osiem dahadupschuch. Sias. Dahadupschuch. The Yayala Be'ethla, Dahadupschuch, the Duth Duwapsh, Siab. I just said, how you all doing? No, I just said I'm Cheoketen. I'm from Husanich First Nations, and that I have a good feeling in my heart on this night, and it's good to see everyone here. I'm happy everyone's here. I thanked the ancestors here, thanked the Yayalab, and thanking the Duwapsh, the Duwamish people, for all of their work, all of the good things they brought here so that we could be here. Without that work, there wouldn't be anything left for us to enjoy, for us to live with, because all of those things that they took care of keep us alive right now. Keep us alive right now. So in a way, we're indebted to them. In a way, we're indebted to the ancestors of this land right here, that we have oxygen to breathe. We have water that was not destroyed. We have still some wealth here in this territory. And so yeah, I just a little thanking there in a little language, but welcome to the territory of the Duth Duwapsh. Ken Workman, the great grandson of Chief Seattle, told me you can welcome people to our lands because we've worked together a lot. So welcome here. Welcome to make peace here, to make a future here, to create respect here, to learn from the first peoples here, and welcome to revel in all the wealth of the water and land here. Osiem, thank you. So I'll go ahead and sing a song just to honor the Duth Duwapsh and the Yayalab, the ancestors here. Just want to sing a song in their language, in the Lushootseed language, that my late auntie had worked her whole life, Vi Hilbert, Taksha to keep going. She wrote most of the dictionary for the language here, and then a teacher of mine was Stimony taught me this song, and it's Yobach Tia Hada. So the work we do is a promise to the circle of life, a promise to the Chinook salmon, a huge, over 6 feet salmon that used to swim all over the Sailor Sea and the estuaries and rivers, and that we're working to save. And so that Kokolech, the orcas, have a future, and then if they have a future, we have a future. So can you say Yobach? Don't be shy and let me hear you. Yobach, okay. That's Chinook salmon, a huge salmon. Tia, can you say Tia? Tia. Means this in the language, but in the song it says this is. Hada, can you say? You have to make a coarse breath. It's very finessive though, not like you're going to cough something up. I remember I showed my mom, I thought I was getting the language, and I used the sound, and she's like, awa. It was too much. So hada. Yeah, that is sacred in the water is what that says. So Yobach Tia Hada. The Yobach Tia Hada. That's the Chinook salmon, the king salmon that is sacred in the water to our people here, Ossian. You can help, just clap your hands on the backside and sing the song. Work together. The old people sit. Learn how to work together. That's one of the most important things we do. We have to be not samat. Not samat. Oh, I have to start the song first. Not samat. One heart, one mind, one prayer, one house. Not samat. Can you say that? In this language here, it would be hachusira. Can you say hachusira? Those are the same words, a little different teaching. But hachusira here, not samat, where I'm from. And it's one heart, one mind, one prayer, one house. The intellect of the heart. Can you put your hand on your heart and say hachusira? It sounds like you're sneezing. That's how I get people to remember it. So remember that word, teach the children that word. It's all of us have a sacred place in our being. Hachusira. To place wisdom from elders to the child. And then you have a future. Without wisdom, without deep wisdom, the future is very murky and faint. But with wisdom, we can create a future. Ancient wisdom. Indigenous ancient wisdom. Ossian. Help me sing the song, Ossian. And there's vocables too. It's not all words. So you'll get it.
Yeah.
Asiyam. Ashka. Thank you for helping. Thank you for working together. And I could almost hear you sing. But the lifting of hands, in our Coast Salish people's sign language is a very important way of communicating. And all of us should know this silent communication. You don't have to, you can know our language, a little bit of it. Though our languages here are very difficult. There was a linguist here who mostly became fluent in Lashitsi, and he was fluent in Mandarin Chinese. And he said that the language here is of the difficulty level of Mandarin Chinese. Our language is requiring a lot of memorization. But this here, if you lift your hands like this, can you do that? Don't be lazy. And so lift your hands, and we learned it from the cedar tree. So imagine you're the cedar tree, that's our mother tree. We learned so much from the cedar tree people. And the wind blowing through your hands, the boughs of a cedar tree are the hands of a living people. And so we learned to be thankful. We saw the trees lifting up each other. We saw them lifting each other up. And we know that's true today. A long time ago, a little bit ago, colonial people here thought, oh, the trees, they fight with each other and they starve each other out for light. But the opposite is true. They help each other. Scientifically, they know. And I've seen it in the forest. You can see a stump that's just cut and it's alive because its roots are touching another root and it's feeding that other one that has no branch and it's still alive. The trees lift each other up. So lift each other up. Our old people said, stand together like the trees and lift each other up. Stand together like the trees and lift each other up. Stand together like the trees and lift each other up. Some of you must have weak arms out there. You're unable to lift up the circle of life, because this means that we're lifting up the circle of life is what it means. It's one of the most important things that we can do is learn what this means. Because one of our elders told us, they said, when you give the sign language, we say, Haiskasiyam, thank you, honorable people. Haiskasiyam. But it doesn't just mean thank you, honorable person. It signifies that you're lifting everyone up around you. They said if you use this language, you use it above your head. It signifies that you're lifting everyone else up around you, above yourself. In this world, it has never learned that the most important thing around is how are all the other people doing? How are all the other people doing? Because we know that everything's people out there. Every single thing's people. The water, the rivers, everything you would call an animal, everything you would call a plant or a tree is people. Lift them up, my family. Lift them up higher than yourself. That's why we're here today, to learn a new, ancient way. So thank you for learning. Thank you for listening. Keep up the good work. I just wanted to share that before I turn the floor over. Asiyam, I'm thankful for this day that we could come together. We could think about some ancient things. Asiyam, Haishka, Siyam Nashtilacha. Thank you, family, friends. Om Asista.